Hi, this is Brandon from RevealYourPotential.com, and I'm here to share with you guys today 5 of the best tips to help you avoid overtraining. So a lot of people are working hard in the weight room, putting in all the effort when they're in the weight room with nutrition and a lot of other aspects, and they're not seeing the strength gains they want. And maybe even they're losing strength and losing muscle mass. And so they want to know why. Well, a lot of this is due to some people overtraining. So I'm here to give you guys 5 of the best tips that are going to help you avoid doing so. So without further ado, number 1. Each muscle should only be trained once every 5 to 7 days, depending on what supplements you're taking, your caloric intake, and also the amount of sleep you're getting. For example, this means you only hit biceps in an isolation exercise, which would be like the bicep curl, once a week. And I would recommend giving the muscles at least 2 to 3 days rest if you're going to be using them again in a compound exercise. So that would be like using the biceps working as a secondary muscle in an exercise like dumbbell rows. So the key is really to make sure we're giving these muscles enough time to fully repair themselves, because when we break the muscles down and don't give them enough time to repair themselves, we're going to end up overtraining and we're not going to get the gains we want. So yeah, I'd say 5 to 7 days. I like to tend to lean more towards 6 or 7 days. Alright, number 2, sleep. Sleep is incredibly important for helping decrease stress levels, which also play into becoming overtrained, and also making sure that your body is well rested and is excreting the hormones that you need to make the proper gains that you want. So, proper sleep is crucial in making sure that you don't overtrain. Think about it this way. Sleep is just another part of your routine. Make it like eating, It's going to be a tool that's going to make everything else in your routine work that much better. And of course, this all goes out the window if you're taking human growth hormone, because in that case, you only need 5 or 6 hours of sleep. But I'm sure most of my viewers are not doing so. And yeah, so make sure you're getting, on average about 8 hours of sleep a night to help keep your body well rested. Alright, number 3. Unless you're on performance enhancing drugs, I would recommend only lifting about 3 or 4 times a week. And I'm talking about lifting, I'm saying, actually hitting the heavy weights, high intensity lifting. So if you're training like you should for optimal size, you're going to end up overtraining if you try and bring that intensity into the gym, 5 or more times a week. And the biggest thing for this as well is to listen to your body and really get in touch with your body and listen to it and feel when you need a day off from the gym, because your body knows what's best for you and knows what's going to help put you in the best state to make muscle gains. So this is kind of subjective, but it's for each person. You got to listen to your body, and I would say no more than 3 or 4 times a week, just in general. So. And of course, it doesn't mean, skip the gym if you're just, not feeling it that day. That's not what it is. It's not about, just being lazy. It's about just reading your body and knowing that maybe you didn't get enough sleep, or maybe you've just lifted these muscles recently and they're still sore. It's things like that that determine, how many days a week you should be lifting or when you should lift. All right, number 4, limit your sets. But when you limit your sets, make them as high intensity as possible. So if you're lifting to failure, 5 or 6 sets per muscle should be plenty of exercise. When you read about, bodybuilders in magazines doing 10 sets of shoulder, this is only possible because of the enormous amount of performance-enhancing drugs they're consuming. For a normal person, that kind of training would lead to becoming overtrained. So always try to limit your sets and just increase the intensity of the sets you do participate in. Of course, everyone's going to vary in how many sets they can get in before they're starting to overtrain, but I would definitely max it out around 5 or 6 a muscle. Alright, number 5. Keep stress levels as low as possible. Cortisol, which is the main stress hormone, stimulates catabolism in the muscles. Catabolism is the breakdown of muscle tissue, which is something that happens when our muscles do not have the proper nutrients they need. And this also happens because when we get stressed out, it stimulates a fight or flight response. So when this fight or fight or flight response is activated, your body needs extra energy to maintain homeostasis. So it's going to take that energy and use it where your muscles may have needed to use that. So instead of your muscles being able to utilize it, you end up going to catabolism. The muscles break down. It's just, not good. It's not very beneficial, and it's going to lead you farther away from your goals. So if you can keep your stress levels low, then you will be much less likely to become overtrained and much more likely to continue putting on lean muscle mass. Also, if you guys want another tool that's going to be very beneficial for increasing strength gains, putting on muscle mass, check out Turnt Apps in the iTunes App Store. They have an app that will actually help you make strength gains. It's called Strength Booster. So check that out. And yeah, thanks for watching today.